Hello and welcome back, everyone. Scootsy16 here with another episode of the Chem Lock League, and we have reached the end of Season 4. This is the last game of the season, and it all comes down to this Game 3 of the championship series between the Platypi and the Tundras. We do have home field advantage in this last game, but we will be bringing out our number 3 starter, Tenley Knight, for this matchup against Romeo Gonzalez and the Platypi. Both teams have played well this series, both teams have played well this season, and it comes down to one more game. Can the Tundras, who have had a roller coaster of a season, we started high with a win against the Platypi, we lost this one, it's a down, can we get one more up before this season ends? I am terrified. And as you saw before, I already set the lineup, and we're going to pull Jacques Dennis, so he's not going to be in the lineup for this matchup. Instead, Christian Black will go to third, and we'll put Royal Finley at the DH spot. He bumps up a spot, so does Brock Valencia, because Dennis Shoei pulled his hamstring in the last game. After a long double, he slid into second base, pulled his hamstring, got caught in a rundown between second and third in the top of the 6th inning. And we are going to hope that pressure stays high for this whole game so that his clutch trait can activate and help offset the injury. We'll see how he does, how he holds up. Oh, I'm so nervous. Here we go. Whiteout for Game 3. This is the last game of the season, and it will be played at Stade Royal. Championship deciding game right here between the Platypi and the Tundras. I hope you folks are ready for a wild game. I don't know what's going to happen here, but we did everything we could. From our perspective, there's nothing more that we can do to put this team in a place to win. It's just a matter of whether they can execute. Drew Dropkin, who had a huge home run back in Game 1. Excuse me. Was it Game 1? Yeah, it was Game 1. Will come up to the plate, leading off again for the 3rd straight game, and Tenley Knight will be on the mound. Starting off with a 4.91 ERA here in the playoffs. I think she's only played one game. She would have been our starter for Game 2. We opted for Gabriel Wankerstein. Can she have another moment to shine as she gets a grounder to short? That's out number 1. Stevie Morrison, who's had a really solid playoff run at .316 average with 2 home runs and 3 RBIs, has her contact versus righty trait at Tier 2 activated. And she'll ground to first. High hop to Rubio gives him a chance to win the foot race to first.
Number 5, Mateo.
And here comes Mateo Compton. He was an all-star this year, but has been very quiet in the playoffs, batting under 200 with 1 home run, a solo shot, and he'll line a base hit into right field, but it's only a single as Trampleson got to that quickly. She got a favorable bounce to get right back over to her. Puts a runner on first with 2 outs for Marcelo Morse. He had the solo home run in the last game. Average up to 167. He got the scoring started for the Platypi offense. And what are you doing, Rubio? Can't get to the ball. So that's 2 straight hits now. 2 on and 2 out for Wilder Black. He's batting 188 in the playoffs. No home runs, no RBIs. We're immediately at high pressure here. No speed on the base paths. Wilder chases high and in for strike 1. The curveball is, or the slider is taken low and away. Or low and in, excuse me. Fastball misses low. 2-1 count to Black. He'll get a base hit into right field. Down in front of Trampleson. Runner holds at third. Bases are loaded with 2 outs. Platypi looking to try and take an early lead here in Game 3. The fans are getting loud. They're standing up. Crescent Hebert was tense for most of this playoff series, but he is now neutral. He hits one to right center field. It's going to get down at the base of the wall. Bounces right to Zeke Price. 1 run scores. 2nd runner rounding, and 3rd runner holding at third base. It's a 2-run double for Hebert. All of this happening with 2 outs. First 2 batters go down, 4 straight hits, and Tenley Knight is tense. Make it potentially rattled as 1 run scores. Zeke Price with a play at the plate. Throw home in time. 1 run scores on the single from Luna, who sat out Game 2, but 3 runs score in total here. in the top of the third, and Tenley Knight just got bailed out by our S-tier center fielder in a clutch situation. Bang, bang, play at the plate. They call him out. Inning ends, but now we have to pounce immediately. And Rubio will do that, pulling one into the corner. Let's see if it bounces. It goes right to Neal. She's still going to have a play at second base, but Rubio, with his elite speed, will slide in safely. We need to get these runs back as quickly as possible. Zeke Price comes up. He's locked in. Batting .500 now in the playoffs. Pulled foul on the first pitch. Medium pressure, so no clutch. And he pushes one into right center field. It will get down in front of Morris. Rubio rounds third and heads home, scoring easily. So two batters reach the single from Zeke Price, scores Rubio from second, and we're down 3-1. Now Guevara comes up batting .444, locked in with 4 home runs and 10 RBIs in the playoffs here. Ball gets away from Marcelo Morris, and that'll allow Zeke to advance into scoring position. Now at second, high pressure. Pork will take a ball inside. Zeke will get caught stealing third. What the hell? There's no way that he gets caught stealing twice by Morse. And Pork will ground to second base. 2 quick outs suddenly. That's bullshit. And now Brock Valencia. I don't know why Zeke was going in the first place, but he gets caught stealing for the second time against Morris in this championship series. Valencia with contact and contact versus righties activated and Ace Exterminator against Gonzalez. Romeo with composed here on the 3-1 with 2 outs. Brock will pop up, foul out of play. Full count. Pulls one foul. Composed still activated. Valencia another foul. Another one foul. Good battle here for Brock. Ball 4 misses just inside. Brock works the walk. Great at bat from the catcher. Royal had a very quiet second game of this series. We need him to show up here. He's actually been quiet for both games. Fouls this one off. He's due for a home run. Swings through strike 2. An 0-2 count here. Pitch 20 is in the dirt for Gonzalez. 1-2, and Royal strikes out swinging. Ends the inning. So we fail to find an opportunity to score after the RBI single from Zeke Price. He advances on a pass ball, then gets caught stealing third, and then ground out from Guevara. Now Tenley Knight is tense. Needs a good inning after how awful the first inning was. Neal is locked in. She is having a really great series, batting .438 in the playoffs. 1 home run, 3 RBIs, 2-2 count. Fouls it off. Not good contact there. And she'll send one to deep left center field. That should get out of here, and it will. Neal off the face of the bleachers in left center field and a 424-foot blast. Neal's second of the playoffs, 4th RBI. And they get the run we got right back. 4-1. Base comes up 111 average, no home runs, no RBIs. It really pisses me off that someone like Neal can hit so well with such low contact, but Amos Get Wrecked can't do anything. 2-0 count. Base takes ball 3. Big Hack still activated. Fouls off on the 3-0 green light. And he'll ground to Guevara. Out number 1. Tenley having a really bad start here when we need her the most. Drew Dropkin 0 for 1 today. We're already up to the top of the lineup again. Tenley still tense. And Dropkin gets a high pitch he likes and puts it into left center field. Zeke Price will come up throwing for second base, but not in time. Dropkin drops one into left center field for a double. So a home run, a ground out, and a strikeout and a double. So ground out, or no, it was a ground out and a double. And Stevie Morrison with contact versus righties. Swings through the strike 2. 0-2 count here. Ball misses low and away. I think Ashlyn Fry needs to be out here sooner rather than later. 2-2 count with 1 out. Checks on ball 3. Full count here. Good speed at second. Morrison will pop up right behind the plate as Valencia Runner holds at second, and that'll be out number 2. That's a good pitching matchup there from Tenley. Mateo got the scoring started in the first. He got the single that kind of began the breakdown of Tenley Knight's first inning. First pitch taken for strike 1. She's looking to try and get her mojo back to neutral. She misses low and away. Strikeout might help. Instead, a left center field bomb to the base of the wall. 1 run scores easily on the Compton's double. This guy's been dead silent all playoff run, and he shows up here in game 3. It's an RBI double, and we are down 5-1. Oh, worst time to go to Quincy. Tenley Knight goes through 1 2/3 before she gets pulled. Runner on second is her responsibility. And Morse will come up with 2 outs and 2 strikes. He pops up into foul territory. That'll get out of play. Strike 3 called. Quincy putting the slider on the corner to end the inning, but 2 more runs come across. It's 5-1. We have scored 5 runs in 3 of the 5 games we've played here in 6 games that we've played here in the playoffs. Shoei grounds out to first immediately. See him laboring to first base with the pulled hammy still an issue. No pressure right now because of the 5-1 lead that the Platypi have. Bottom of second, Getrect comes up. Hit an 0 for 3 day. Primarily responsible for the loss in the last game. Lines out into foul territory. 1-2 count. Chases a ball in the dirt. This is disgusting. If we go down with a whimper like this, I am going to be so pissed. 2 outs and Trampleson comes up. Batting .357 in the playoffs. Chases out of the zone after taking strike 1, 0-2. Ball in the dirt, she checks and holds. Something Getrect can't do. Fouls a pitch off, low and away. She chases out of the zone. Okay, spoke too soon. 1-2-3 in the bottom of the second against Romeo Gonzalez. And we go to the top of the third. I don't know what's our aversion to going to Ashland Fry. Wilder Black 1 for 1 with a single. He was batting like 111, 131 or some bullshit like that before the base hit in the first inning. He lines out to third base for out number 1. Hebert, another guy that was dead silent all season long, but he had an RBI double. Popped foul there, 1-2 count. Once he gets some chasing, but he pulls it foul. And that one will go through the legs of the pitcher into center field, a 1-out single. Hebert with 2 straight hits. Reese Luna with an RBI single. Batting 143. But with the RBI that she got earlier in this game. She grounds to second. Shoei to Guevara, over to Rubio. Double play ends the inning. So great pitching from Quincy Healthy. A quiet 1-2-3 inning. The first time we've seen that. Still 5-1. 9 hits through 3 innings for the Platypi. We're going to go 9-1-2. Starting with Christian Black, who's getting the start because Dennis can't hit the broadside of the barn. Come on, Christian. He checks and holds on ball 2. 2-1 count. Ball low and away. 3-1. Good spot for Black as Composed activates. Black pulls one to left or to third base, and Wilder Black makes a diving play. Great defense for the Platypi. Rubio started this game with a double and scored a run. We'll need more from him in this game. He starts with a ball, fouls one off, 1-1 count with 1 out. Gonzalez at pitch 40 here on the 1-2 with tough out activated. Rubio lines right to Black. Damn it. 2 down, and Zeke 1 for 1 with this RBI single. Batting .526 now. We need him on base. Starts with a slider and he swings through it. Ball misses inside on the 2-seam. way outside on the curve. 2-1 count. Zeke pops foul on the fastball. 2-2, 2 outs. Zeke misses, or takes high. Full count, composed activates. Come on, Zeke. Fouls off a fastball, staying alive. Do it again. Grounds off a foul down the first baseline. Again, we'll do it again. And a grounder to short. Base to Luna, out number 3. Second straight 1-2-3 inning for the Tundra's offense against Gonzalez. It's looking like it's not looking good for the Tundras as the fans are getting a bit quiet here. You can hear some of them trying to muster some energy, trying to throw off the platypi batters as they come up to the plate. Neil hit the home run in her first at bat. She works a full count here, and she'll hit one to deep right center field. That's going to get out of here. Second home run and 2 at bats for Henley Neal. And again, this is like a worse version of Amos Getrecht in the power and contact category, but somehow doing better.
Number 62, and bang.
6-1. Quincy was locked in before giving up that home run. He's back to neutral. His day is nearly done. We're not even in to the end of the 4th here. As base comes up, 1-1 count. Fouls one off. Quincy over 20 pitches. 2-2. All 3 misses inside. Full count to base. Fouled off. We'll do it again. Quincy's got to be done after that. This batter, he misses the strike zone for ball 4. So he gives up a home run, then a walk. We go to the top of the order. Drew Dropkin punished Holden Stiffbottom in the last game. What are we doing going to Ellen Booth? Why don't we go to Ashlyn Fry? Booth is nearly at full stamina, but she hasn't fully recovered from game 1. She does get the ground ball double play. Oh my God, Shoei, who's injured, barely gets that to first in time. We do get the double play. 2 down. Oh my God, base is empty for Stevie Morrison, who's 0 for 2. Fouls one off, 1-1 count. Ball misses high. The ump seems to be pinching the zone quite a bit here. 3-1. Morrison whiffs through strike 2, way ahead of the change. Full count. She chases, and it's a grounder to Guevara, who has to barehand and hurry to first. So Booth gets out of it, but a home run from Kenley Nealer, second of the day, makes it a 6-1 ball game. We have 3 innings left. We have put up 1 run, and after the first inning, we have done nothing. Porco for 1, locked in still. Romeo Gonzalez at 49 pitches as Guevara grounds to first. We need him, and he's not showing up today. Valencia with a walk. A6 Terminator and contact first righties for Gonzalez's 50th pitch. It's ball outside. Fastball popped up, foul territory. Will it get out of play? No, it looks like it's playable for Black, who catches that. Oh my God, the offense is completely falling apart right now. I'm so upset right now. Finley pops foul. Struck out in his first at bat. We need to get Gonzalez out of this game. 2-1 count. Finley hits one well, deep right center field, but not hard enough, and it's going to hang up for Morrison. And another 1-2-3 inning. We've been dead quiet since the first inning. 3 straight scoreless innings for our offense. And Mateo Compton, who came into this game batting below 200, is 2 for 2 today. Booth is locked in. I have such a sinking feeling. That one goes through Ellen Booth into center field. She went from locked in to neutral. 3 straight hits for Compton in this game. Morris 1 for 2. Take strike 1. Ball misses inside on the fastball. Strike catches on the slider. And another slider, and it's fisted to second. Shoei only has a play at first. Compton advances to second. 1 out for Black. Ellen Booth back to locked in. 15th pitch is taken for strike 1. She's at half stamina. Strike 2 taken. 0-2 count to Black with a runner on second. 1 out. Pops foul. Really love a strikeout here. Another foul ball. And a base hit to right field. Black comes through for the Platypi. Their batters are awful. And they're getting on base at a wild clip against our best pitchers. Hebert, 2 for 2 with a single, a double, and 2 RBIs. With runners on first and second, rally stopper is activated for Booth. She gets an 0-2 count. Another one fouled off from Hebert. Ball misses inside. 1-2 count. Booth has to be done after this batter. 2-2 count. He fouls off. Chases strike 3. Booth will hold on to the rally stopper trait with 2 outs. Luna came through with an RBI single earlier today.
Now base running, Hesto Bungalow.
And Bungalow will come in to replace Wilder Black over at first base. They're going to consider stealing here. Valencia has stopped many runners from trying to steal, as Ellen Booth is gassed here. We keeping these pitchers in for way too long. 2-1 count. 30th pitch is a ball high. 3-1. Luna's going to park this one. Fouls off, full count. Runner will take off from first. Fouled off. This is a joke. Another one fouled off. Get Booth out. We're blowing this game. We're just giving it to him now.
Number 56, Kenley Neal.
They're going to go to Rivas, aren't they? Oh, they finally pull in Ashlyn Fry. Ellen Booth got the raw end of this deal. Our manager is fucking awful. Ashlyn Fry has to face off against Kenley Neal, who's 2 for 2 with 2 home runs. Thankfully, both solo shots. 2 on, 2 outs, 0-2 count. Fry needs to get through this one. She gets a strikeout. Kenley Neal goes down, but another run comes across, and it is 7-1. Bottom of the 5th. The Platypi have scored in 4 of 5 innings. We have scored 1 run in the first and have been shut out since. Bungalow stays in and goes to third. Shoei will not get the benefit of clutch trait. He's still injured. 1-1 count. He fouls off. 0-2. Pops foul. Fouls another one. 60 pitches for Gonzalez. He's locked in. Shoei takes a ball off. That was close. 2-2. Pops foul again. Good at bat here for Shoei. Pops foul again. You know what? I'll take whatever the result is here. Misses inside. Full count. Composed activates for Gonzalez. Shoei another foul. Checks in ball 4 for Dennis Shoei. Might be the time to bring in Mark McKenzie here. As Get Wrecked comes up 0 for 1. He's been useless for us over the last few games. Shoei's going to stay at first and field a double play depth, and Get Wrecked takes strikes but swings at balls. 1-1 count, 69th pitch for Gonzalez, who's back to neutral mojo. Ball low. Got to capitalize here. Get Wrecked fouls off, 2-2 count. If you strike out, dude. Oh, base hit up the middle. Really hard hit ball. Shoei coasts into second base. He's laboring. He's having a really tough time. But that puts 2 on and nobody out. Trampleson will come up, and I'm guessing Jay Green comes in for Romeo Gonzalez. We were able to get the best of Jay Green in his last appearance. First pitch strike to Trampleson. She grounds one right in front of the pitcher. Morse will get it over to first base. Both runners advance. Trampleson with what's equal to a sack bunt 2 on in scoring position with 1 out for Christian Black. Looking for his first hit of the playoffs. He pops up to the shortstop in foul territory, or in playable territory. Shallow left. Now it's you, Rubio. 33-48, had a double earlier today, 1 for 2. And a grounder, a liner to base, he catches it. Oh my God.
How about the shortstop, number 62,
I can't. I can't handle this collapse. We came so close, and I don't know what to say. Oh my God. Fry gives up a base hit to Ned fucking base. The fans here are starting to turn on the Tundra players. Here's somebody shouting, "You suck," from the stands, and Dropkin comes up 1 for 3 with a single. No, with a double. Nobody out. Falling behind 2-0. Fouled off. And a hard hit ball to left center field. Gerek's not going to get to that. Lands in front of the Platypi bullpen. And it's going to be another double for Dropkin, putting 2 on. Somebody just got injured there. Morrison comes up 0 for 3. Dropkin gets injured. Don Ramirez comes in, who's even faster. Dropkin tweaks his groin. Base hit up the middle. Oh my God. 3 straight batters reach. Ashlyn Fry can't get an out to save her life. This would be, if it was a regular season game, I would have given up already. It's 8-1. Compton comes up. We're in the top of the 6th. We're at the point now where, like, we need to score 7 to tie, and that's if we don't allow another run. Infield is in. Compton is 3 for 3 today. 4 for 4 today with a 3-run homer. It's 11-1 in the top of the 6th. Nobody has gotten out yet. I can't simulate the game at this point because it's the championship game, you know? Prize tense. Why doesn't Morse get a home run here? Why don't you go ahead and tack onto the lead? 1-2 count. Chases strike 3. First out of the inning. After 4 straight batters reach. Bungalow, he had a home run in the last game. And Fry's still tense. And a base hit down the left field line. Gerekt can't keep up with it. It gets to the wall, and ghosting into second base with a double is Bungalow.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 29, Present Ebert.
I don't know what to say. Ground ball is foul. Strike 3 taken. Hebert goes down looking.
The first baseman, number 6, Reese Luna.
2 for 3 day. 2 singles and 2 RBIs for Reese Luna, who has like 3 contact. It doesn't matter. She can hit still. 0-2 count. She swings through strike 3. So 10 runs is all we need here in the bottom of the 6th to tie this ball game up. I hope you're ready for the biggest comeback in Tundra history. Price 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Got caught stealing third earlier in this game. Ramirez stays in to play center for Dropkin. And a liner to Hebert, caught for out number 1. Cork's been our hero for many games this season, but he cannot do it by himself today. He's also 0 for 2. Green falls behind 2-0. Cork pops up. Are you kidding me? Behind the plate, And Morse will catch that. 0-2. Last chance to keep this alive. We need to score 10 runs with nobody getting out. Valencia 0 for 1 with a walk. Contact first righties as he takes strike 1. Swings through strike 2. Down to the last strike for the Tundras. Takes the ball low. Jay Green locked in. Fouling off as Valencia staying alive. Pops foul again. 1-2 count. Takes ball too high. Pops foul. Pops foul. Off the end of the bat, grounder to Luna, and that'll end the inning. What a way to lose. I'm not going to watch this. I want to skip it. It won't let me skip it. Guys, it won't let me skip it. They're just rubbing it in my face. You should be upset. Yeah, it didn't let me just skip it here. Well, folks, that one stung. All right, the music's just blasting in my ear right now, and I don't want to listen to it, but let's take a look at league leaders before the season ends. We'll take a look at the team stats, and then we'll do the re-sign phase. Let me just check time. Yeah, we're well ahead. Pork, your number 1 player in the playoffs. Dennis Shoei, number 2. Zeke Price, number 5. And Quincy Healthy, number 10. Kenley Neal at number 3. Both of the top 2 couldn't even show up in the last game of the season. I don't want to look at any of these numbers anymore. You can interpret what you want from this. Three times getting caught stealing for Zeke Price, and 2 of them were against one of the worst arms behind the plate, and Marcelo Morse. Team stats look like this. You can decide how you want to feel about this. I know how I feel about it. Didn't seem like Brock Valencia ever recovered from the injury. Jacques Dennis was never himself this season. Despite a decent finish to the season, he just was an empty bat for us in the lineup. When you have to put Christian Black in the starting lineup because your DH can't do his job, 5 strikeouts and 14 at-bats is embarrassing. That's how it's going to go. Pitching-wise, you can see our biggest problem was our starting rotation. Ashlyn Fry was our mercenary, and she gave up 5 earned runs and 4 innings pitched. 7 hits, 2 of them being home runs. Against 17 batters faced. Holden's ERA looks skewed because he stayed in way too long in the second game. Gave up 2 home runs and shouldn't have happened. Ellen Booth shouldn't have even given up an earned run in that last game, but she got left in for too long. I'm so pissed. All right, let's go through the re-sign phase. So here's what I typically do. I'm going to essentially bring back everyone I can that is at or below their price point, and release players that are above their price point. And while I still plan to get rid of some of these players, I will still likely show that I'm bringing them back for now because I don't know what's available in the off season. So we'll start with Brock. I liked what I saw from him. He is getting overpaid, though. Show it. I think I'm going to get rid of him and look to try and bring him back for a cheaper price, getting him closer to 10.1. That's what I'm going to do. That was really hard to do. Next is Patrick Beal. He is below his price point. He's interested in coming back at 98%, and he does. Jacques, I'm sorry, I'm letting you go. You're not only over your price point, but you were abysmal this past season. Maybe we bring you back at a cheaper cost this next season, but I don't see any reason I would. Shoei's going to stay. He's right at his price point, and he was great in the playoffs before the injury. His regular season was tough. I might look at a different option as he is disciplined, so we might look to see what other non-competitive, spirited, or crafty players there are. But Shoei right now is the best of the options that we have. So we'll bring him back. Mark McKenzie was at well below his price point. We're going to try and bring him back for 64%. He does. Royal Finley was decent in the time that we had him, but I never felt like I could trust him. So I'd be looking... I really want a reliable third base option, and we just have not been able to find it. So I'll look to bring him back for now, but we'll look for a replacement in the offseason. He wants to come back. Now, Christian Black, this paid off. Being able to boost his loyalty has him at an 86% chance to come back at $2.9 million. His value is 4.7. I think we could get him back at $4 million if he does decide to go, but I want to bring him back at 2.9. So let's roll the dice here. 86%. He does. Okay, perfect. So we have a very valuable defensive option and below average hitter, but a great defensive option at third and short. Pork, he was the MVP in the playoffs. He was the rookie of the year. He had an incredible season. He almost won the MVP, and he wants to come back at what he's getting paid right now, which is below his value. So we're going to roll the 99%, and he comes back. Corona still getting paid $1.7 million. I'm going to roll the 8.4 here, see if we can keep her at a really cheap price, and she comes back. This is where it's going to be a tough decision. Zeke wants to come back, but at $19.7 million. That's going to jump up $2.5 million. Right now, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to pay the man. He's 22 years old. He has clutch. He's an elite fielder. His speed is his weakest trait at 70, or attribute at 75. I think we can get him to improve contact and speed, and he is such a difference maker when he's on. We're going to bring him back. Rubio, this one's tough. He's worth 10.5, 51% chance. I think we can look for a better option to spend our 7.7 million. So I'm going to roll this. It's a 51 chance. So there's literally a coin flip here if he stays at 7.7. If he doesn't, I'll probably look for a different option. He's quick and he's got a great fielding rating, which was helpful at first base, but I think we need a primary left or right fielder to come in and be our starter. So let's see what he does. I'd happy to bring him back at 7.7, and he says no. So we lose Aiden Rubio. That's a tough loss right there. Might look to still try and bring him back, but we're going to have to pay him a little bit more to do so. Get wrecked. Can get wrecked. This guy's awful. I'm going to roll the dice on him anyways right now, but he is likely to be gone as soon as possible. We're going to look for a replacement in right field. And he comes back at 75%. He probably knows it too. And Trampleson here is such a valuable bench bat, but we've been having to rely on her starting in right field, and that's a problem. So she's a bench option. She's much better and more valuable. I'm going to roll the 88% here. She says yes. Wankerstein, not an ace caliber pitcher. He was solid this year. He had a couple of rough outings, but I would look for an upgrade here. But for now, we're going to roll the dice and we're going to see if we can keep him at 9.6. Okay. Connor McBiddles, I'm going to keep him here for now, but he is going to go. He's just 7.9 is way too much to spend for how bad he was all season. Gage, I'll keep him for now. We didn't even see him pitch. He stays. And Tenley Knight is worth the 4.4 as a number 4. We don't want to rely on her, and we had to. She just left at 98%. That's fine. We can get her for cheap. Probably get her back at 4.4, or we can just look for a better option there. Fry is getting way overpaid, so we're going to release her. Rivas has been solid for us, but he's barely ever pitched, so I'm going to roll the dice here. 86%, and he comes back. All right, Stiff Bottom is at 9.2. He's at 96% chance to come back. I'm going to roll this one. He's at 30 years old, going into 31 season. And then Quincy Healthy, 5.6, 88% chance for him to come back. I think this is worth risking as well. And he comes back. We're saving money on Quincy Healthy right now, and he is so fucking good. Ellen Booth, though. I think we have to bring her back at her asking. Another $2.5 million increase. Same with Zeke Price. But I don't think we can afford to pass this opportunity to keep her on the team. She's too good. She's 22, and she's still got room for for another trait, which could be K Collector. It could be reverse splits. It could be, actually, if she gets reverse splits, that would be insane. It could be clutch. Could be specialist. I'd take any of those. She's got room to be even better. Let's bring her back at that. So the players losing the team are kind of expected. I was going to bring back Valencia. I didn't know he dropped in value. Rubio, I would have liked to bring back, but he's just kind of misplaced. If he was left field, it would be a lot easier to keep him, or even right field, even with a weaker arm. But yeah, I can't as a center fielder, and especially since he can't play the other outfield positions. So, okay, I got this request during this season, and I think it's a really fun idea. It's an idea request from one of the guys that I am friends with, who suggested, can you reveal the off-season options to us before the end of the video? So it's kind of like a pack opening to see who are our options. And then, of course, during the outside of this video, I will determine who I'm going to be bringing in, and I'll do all the math and figuring that part out off camera. But to get us into the end of this video, something to get a little excited about, let's take a look at who is available in the offseason. Let's peek at some rookies. Let's peek at some of the best players, some of these positions that we're looking at. Let's look at it together. Okay, so nobody notable retired that we see here. Players that are available include Abel Hamilton and Finley Curtis. Finley Curtis was an all-star this year and actually was number 7 in the top 10, so he's no longer with the War Wagons. Walsh was a all-star, and I think Nova Conley used to be, or was a former all-star, but I don't remember. All right, let's take a look first at the rookies that are coming in. So nobody at 19 years old, notably. We have center fielder Uber Franks as a scholarly player, so we're not likely to consider him. We have Ali Magana, what an interesting name, is a crafty B+ 20-year-old starter. I'm going to watch him. Aiden Rubio, of course. And then I'll just look through maybe the age 22. So not a lot of young players once again. It's really unfortunate. Herpy Cruz, don't like him for many reasons, including the disciplined chemistry. Sophia Offside is crafty. She's a starter. She has low accuracy. I don't like it. No traits. Alvin Esparza, we saw him last year. Not an option for us at all. And then we have Olivia, oh, that's a weird name. Olivia Bridges. She's 22. She's a decent catcher, but has tier 3 RBI hero. Contact's way too low for me, though. And then Eli Gilbert would have noodle arm, and he's scholarly. I guess I'll go through these 23 and 24-year-old players as well. So Shavewell, center fielder, but could play all outfield positions. He was an all-star for the Cutters last year. 4 home runs and 8 RBIs. Would have tier 3 first pitch slayer. He's spirited. I'll star him for now. He would be more left field option, but again, another slower option in the outfield is not ideal. Braylon Santiago would be scholarly, not interested. Emily Fan would have bad jumps. She's decent, but she would be like a backup option, and she's too expensive for that. Shane Shambles, discipline, no thanks. Ginger Hansen, no thank you. Starter with workhorse is fine, but disciplined and not good. Janaya Bango, we've already talked about her before. She's getting a little bit better, and she's got 5 pitches as a reliever. Would have stimulated, but also is Wild Thing. I'll put a star as like a really cheap option in the bullpen, but I don't like it. And then Royce Howell, shortstop, crafty, dive wizard, low contact. I'm not interested, but he could be a really cheap bench option, along with Christian Black as our 2 infield options. That would cover third, short, and we just wouldn't have a first baseman. And then Dylan Brandt, no thank you. All right, so now let's take a look at best players at certain positions. Of course, we would look to bring back Valencia. Chico Lansley is available again. He was available last time, but too expensive and wouldn't really have the traits we're interested in. I'll just look through like the top ones going through B rating, and then I'll look through the rest later. Todd Gonzalez, not interested. Benson Drake, same thing. All right, what about at first base? We have a hole to fill at first base after letting go of Rubio and of Jacques Dennis. We could bring back Brock Kramer. He just doesn't really fit the team, but I'll put a star next to him. Agnes Lowe was an option, and we passed on her last time. And Leonidas Mahoney. He's got 2 of the worst traits for sim. First pitch slayer and sign stealer are not ideal for the simulation. So we might have to find some other options to consider at first base. I'll look into that later, but not excited about our options at first. Second base, we currently have Dennis Shoei. Would there be other options that would be worth pulling away from him to consider here? So no to Bryn Howe. Hamza Barron. Ooh, okay, that's interesting. He's scholarly, but it would directly replace Shoei. He's older, 80-80 contact and power, but would have tier 3 RBI hero, would have tier 1 high pitch. So that part's not that notable. Would be a better hitter. I don't like it though. Elsie Proctor, no. Jackson Pugh, no. Braylon Santiago. There's some viable options here at second base. On Tirehead, we could look to bring him back. He has improved a ton since we let him go. Cohen Bungalow, nope. Easton Escobar, no thanks. Matthew Barnstormer, no. Mac Cohen, or Mac Chen, no thank you. Mackay again, and then Chet Gilbert, no thank you. All right. What about third base? We desperately need a good third baseman. Drapes Plaintiff is 35, and he would not be a viable option, not a good defender. Mateo Compton, he is a multi-all-star. Second-time all-star with the Platypi last year, and you saw what he did against us. Would have tier 3 power versus lefties, but Big Hack, not really helpful. And he's not a good defender at third base either. Cameron Russell, no thank you. Placido Rhodes, nope. Yeah, so we again have no good options at third base. 38-year-old Ben Curley, maybe. Heading over to shortstop, Abel Hamilton is scholarly. Good hitter, below average defender. Nixon Trejo. Because I'm thinking we could potentially bring in a shortstop and push Guevara over to third. Trejo wouldn't help us. Scholarly with RBI hero and cannon arm. So back to Leon Escobar again. Aiden Lindsay is crafty. That's a decent option, but he's 31. Friendly splits, no thanks. Pace power slide. The option, I wish he was younger. Trout Wyatt, just a good defensive option. Andres McDaniel, no. And Marker Carr, we've been eyeballing him forever, and he is just not a good option for us. What about left field? There's only 2 options that are B or better. Colin Madd would have power versus righty, so this is actually a really good option, competitive as well. And Helena Peters, no thank you, too slow and way too low a power. Ruben Baldwin is an option. Glass Roundhouse, no thank you. All right, center field, we have What about Uber Franks here? We already looked at him. Rubio and Langston shave well. Derek Dunlap is decent, but 36 and has Butterfingers at tier 3. No to Drew. Wheat Powell, I don't like. And Turtle Willis would not be a viable option. Emily Fan, no thank you. And Jelly Shipwright, no thank you. Right field, what are our options? Finley Curtis at 26 years old would have RBI 0, but also have off-speed hitter. He is a viable option, but he'd be expensive. Abet Paul, I like her a lot, actually. At 25, she's a multi-time All-Star. Kedrick Frown, negative traits. Rosario, Rally Starter, and Mind Gamer. I'm not a big fan of Rally Starter. Neil Stein. He's been an All-Star before, but he's 33. Linguino, bad traits. Lupton with Steeler. He's scholarly and 37. All right, let's head to the pitching side of things. Let's see if we have like a legitimate ace we can consider. Nova Conley is disciplined with Workhorse. Could she be the option that we consider? I'm not excited about her. Meltdown on Doug Cruz, but he's also disciplined. And Vern McCoy is disciplined. I saw Ali Magana. No to Israel Cameron. Guadalupe Trejo has bad traits for us. Evan Vo has surrounded. Case Barnett would be workhorse but disciplined, where Costa we could bring back in potentially. I'm not going to consider Leonardo Owens again. Josue Shiso, nope. Callahan, not bad. Nicholas Holcorn, nope. Leland Ferrari was stimulated, is disciplined. Peace, no thank you. And then it gets into the B minuses, so I'll look at some of those later. Long relievers include Ashlyn Fry, Annalena Flowers. Nope. Del Martanen, no thank you. Horse Mustard, alright, I will look at you. 31, but with Kate Collector. And a good pitch mix. No. Alright. And lastly, any viable bullpen arms that would be interesting to consider. Tuna, no thank you. Too expensive with Rally Stopper and Discipline. Would be curious, but no thanks. Same with Sound Turn up there. Nope. We have Pop we can consider again, as he does have K Collector and gets ahead. It would be a tier 1. That's unfortunate. Nolan, lefty specialist. And as you can see, as we go through another year, another lackluster offseason that we're going into. So I hope that this gives you some sense of what I'm dealing with during these offseason videos. But I will do some math, I'll figure some things out, and I'll see what I can do. But we came so close, and we fell short of a chance at a championship. I don't know if we'll be able to run it back next year. We're going to lose some players that have been cores to this team for a while. We'll see how it goes, but thank you so much for watching. If you have any thoughts on what to do, I guess it would be... I feel like we came so close that I can't clear this whole franchise out and start new. But part of me wants to still. Because I just feel like it's continued to be disappointing. And I don't know what we can do about this. So if you enjoy the content, please like the video down below. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. And if you have any thoughts, ideas, or considerations for what to do with this series, please go ahead and comment down below. I appreciate all of you. So sorry that we weren't able to make it happen. This was a fun season, but it had some very incredibly high highs and some incredibly low lows. And I don't know where to go from here. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all later. Bye, everybody.